Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Alternate reality sports, and we have finally reached the final bracket for the round of 32. That's right, the Midwest bracket. The South is done, the East is done, the West is done. Now we're about to do the Midwest. Here we go. So in the last video, I forgot to show an updated version of the bracket. So there's the South and the West regions and the East, and we're about to do the Midwest. So here we go. All right, as usual, here's our Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. That's our scoreboard, and right here, that's our dice rolling app that will be making another cameo in this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We will simulate pretty much anything. Baseball, doing a lot of basketball right now, obviously football, more during football season, and eventually we will do some hockey. All right, here we go. Midwest region first game. Number 8 Gonzaga versus number 1 Houston. Here we go. Also, I forgot to note in the other videos, we are speeding along in the simulation, so I will not be showing the dice until we get to the final 4 games to speed up the process and to move in a more timely manner. All right, going into the locker room, Houston jumps out to a 44-36 lead at the half. There we have it. Houston knocks off Gonzaga 72-67. They will go on to face either Clemson or Purdue in the Sweet 16. Speaking of Clemson and Purdue, this game is up next. Clemson, the 5 seed, versus Purdue, the 4 seed. Here we go. Clemson leads Purdue 47-39 at the half. What another great game. Clemson only up by 2 with 4 minutes to go. This thing could go either way. Incredible. Clemson hangs on for the 79-76 victory. They'll go on to face Houston in the Sweet 16. All right, coming up next, 14th seeded Troy versus... All right, that goes to show you that anything can happen while filming these videos. I'm actually going to leave that last blooper in. I will not edit it out, but either way, here we go. Number 14 Troy versus the number 11 seed Texas. Here we go. All right, Troy going strong on defense. They have a 39-33 lead going into halftime. All right, we are 4 minutes away from possibly another number 14 seed going into the Sweet 16. Here we go. And there we have it. Number 14 seed Troy knocks out Texas 82-68. They will go on to face either UCLA or Tennessee in the Sweet 16. All right, we have reached the end of the round of 32. This is the final game. Number 7 seed UCLA versus the number 2 seed Tennessee. Here we go. This one's going back and forth so far as UCLA is clinging to a 41-39 lead over Tennessee at the half. All right, we are 4 minutes away from possibly another number 2 seed getting knocked out. Can Tennessee come back? Or will UCLA hang on? Let's find out. Incredible. Tennessee scored 16 points in the last 4 minutes of the game. They come back to win 83-81 over UCLA. They will go on to face Troy in the Sweet 16. That's it. The Midwest region is done for the round of 32. We are now on to the Sweet 16. All right, there we have it. Louisville versus UCSD. Iowa State versus Marquette. Connecticut versus Grand Canyon. Drake versus Arkansas. Over on this side of the bracket, Duke versus Oregon. Montana versus Vanderbilt. Houston versus Clemson. And finally, Troy versus Tennessee, all going to the Sweet 16. Stay tuned for our next video. All right, thank you everyone for watching Alternate Reality Sports. Like, subscribe, toss me some comments, and we will see you in the next video.